lovelies, welcome to my channel The Woolly Hugs. This is Vidisha and today we are going to make this very cute and smart crochet jumper which is for kids and it's unisex. It's very comfortable and looks very smart. So this tutorial is going to be in the size 7 to 8 years. So this is my 6-year-old son who is modeling this size, but you can customize it for any size that you want, which I will be explaining throughout the video. So let's hop into the materials. So for this project I am using 100% acrylic yarn. This is stocky and this is a worsted weight yarn. I'm using 3 colors, blue, cream and a mix of cream and blue. And you'll need stitch markers, pair of scissors, measuring tape, tapestry needle and a 4.5 mm hook and a 5.5 mm hook. So we will start with our 4.5 mm hook and waistband ribbing. So you'll make a slip knot and chain as many as thick you want your waistband to be. So I'm chaining 7 and then I will pinch the 7th stitch and chain 3 more. These 3 will be counted as my first double crochet, and then I will make my second double crochet where I pinched the stitch, and then I'll make double crochets across. So my waistband is going to be around 2 inches broad. You can make it broader. Then for row 2, I will simply chain 3, which will count as our first double crochet, and turn my work, and I will make my next double crochet in the back loop of the next stitch, like so. And I'll be making double crochets in back loop only till I'm left with just 1 stitch. This is my last stitch, and in the last stitch I'll make a regular double crochet. Again I'll chain 3 and I'll show you one last time. We'll make a double crochet in the back loop in our next stitch and double crochet in back loop in all the stitches till you reach to the last stitch, and a regular double crochet in your last stitch. So you will make this as long as you want as long as it wraps around the waist. I will be making it 27 inches long. This is my last stitch, like so. So continue working your waistband till it wraps around your waist. I will make 27 inches of waistband and then I'll come back and then we will join it together. So here I have completed my ribbing, and now we are going to join both the ends to form a band. And this was my last row, and I haven't cut my yarn, so I will simply hold both the ends together. So I will just go through this first stitch here of both the ends and make a slip stitch, and then in the next one, and then in the next. So I will simply make slip stitches to join both the ends together. And now simply cut the yarn if you are changing your color. If you're not changing your color, just chain one. I will cut my yarn because I am using a different color. So now we have formed a band, and now just flip it so that the joining is towards the inside. And also you will change your hook now. So I'm going to now use my 5.5 mm, and I'm changing my color here. Simply make a slip knot. Like so. And I will join where we have joined our both the ends. Here. And I'll chain one, and now I will be making 2 single crochets on each double crochet row that we made for the ribbing. So this is my 1 double crochet row. I will be making 2 single crochets here. Now again so I'll also put a stitch marker on my first stitch here. And I'll make 2 single crochets on my next double crochet row. Then again 2 single crochet in my next double crochet row. So you need to work 2 single crochets on each double crochet row for this row around, and I will meet you once I reach the end of this row. So now I am at the end of my row 1, and I have total 94 single crochets around. So this was our first stitch from this row. So I will make a slip stitch here, and I will chain 2. So this will be my first stitch. So I'll put a stitch marker on this stitch, and now I'll make a herringbone half double crochet on the stitch, and also on my next, in the next, again in the next. So you will make herringbone double crochet in each stitch around, and once I am at the end of this round, I'll meet you like so. I have reached to the end of this round 2, and this was my last stitch. This is the first stitch of this row, so I will not be slip stitching, and we will work continuous. So I will make my next or first herringbone double crochet of row 3 on that first stitch. Here, like so. And I will put a stitch marker on that first stitch of row 3, and again I will make herringbone half double crochet in the next and in the next. So simply work on rows of herringbone double crochet like so. Till the time it measures 7.5 inches long. So I'm making this in the size 7 to 8 years, and I will work the round of herringbone double crochet till it measures 7.5 inches. So you will have to see how many rows you need to work for the size that you are making, and once I'm done with that, I will join back and we will work on the rest of the pants. I have worked on the pants and I worked for 7.5 inches for the size 7 to 8 years, and now we will start with the separation of both legs. And this was my last stitch of my last row, and when I started my pants I had 96 stitches. So from this first stitch I will count 46 stitches, and I should have 46 stitches on this side, and then I will be only working on this side of the leg. So first I will count the stitches and put a stitch marker on this side as well. So this is my 46th stitch from here, this first stitch, and now we will separate the legs. So I will chain 9, and I will join in next to the stitch marker on this stitch with a slip stitch. Like so, and then I'll turn my work and I will be working on the left side of the leg first. So I will, on the same stitch, I will make my first herringbone half double crochet, like so. So this is my first stitch of this row, and I will put a stitch marker on this first stitch, and now we will be working herringbone half double crochet in all the stitches around. So I have 46 stitches plus 10 stitches that I've chained, so total 56 stitches on this side of the leg, and I will have 56 stitches on the other side as well. So continue working on this round, making herringbone half double crochets, and once I reached the point where we chained for the separation, I'll show you how we are going to work on the chains to complete this round. I have reached to the point where we chained 10 for the separation, and we will be working on these 10 chains, making herringbone half double crochets. is 9. This is my last stitch, which is the 10th chain. So this is the chain that we worked on, and then this is the first stitch of this row. So I will simply start working on this by making my first herringbone, half double crochet on that, and here I have started my next round. So you will simply be working on the left side of the working on these 10 herringbone half double crochets as well, and I will be working for 2 or 3 more inches, and then we will start decreasing so that we have a tapered look on our pants. So continue working in rounds for 2-3 more inches, and then I'll join back and we will start the decreases. So now I have worked a few more rows going in rounds, and now I will start decreasing so that our pants have a tapered look. If you want, you can decrease more frequently if you want the decreases to be rapid, and I will be decreasing every after every 1 or 2 rows, or maybe 1.5 or 2 inches after every 1.5 or 2 inches. So I'm starting this next row round, and I will be working 10 stitches, and then I'll make my decrease on the 11th and 12th stitch. So this was my first herringbone half double crochet. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now I will make my decrease on the 11th and 12th stitch. So I'll yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop and pull through 1 and hold it there. Again I'll go in the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, and I will now pull through the first one again, and then yarn over and pull through both the loops like so. So here we have made our first decrease. Again I'll work for another 10 stitches and decrease on the 11th and 12th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And now I will make my decrease. Like so. So you can decrease on after every 10th, or after every 15th stitch, or maybe after every 5th stitch. That's up to you, how rapidly you want your decrease to take place. And I will complete this round and join you back at the end of this row. So now I'm at the end of our decrease row. This was my last stitch, and this is the first stitch of this row. So I will again make a herringbone half double crochet on the next round, and in this round I will not be decreasing, and because I decreased in the previous round, I will put a stitch marker so that I remember that I decreased on this round, and this will be a no decrease round. So you will simply work your herringbone half double crochets around for this row. So I will be working this and also the next row without any decreases, because I'm decreasing it in a slow pace. And if you want to decrease rapidly, you can decrease after every alternate rows. So I will work maybe 1.5 inches or 2 inches after every decrease, and then again I'll decrease on the next row. So continue working like so, and I will meet you once I reach the place where I'm going to change my color. And if you're not changing the color, you will just continue working till you reach your ankle, and then we'll make the cuff. So I will meet you back once I will be changing the color. So now I have worked a few more rounds and made my decreases. So I've put a stitch marker and I worked 3 rows between my decreases. So this is around 1.5 inches. And now I will be changing my color from the next round. And this was my last stitch of this round. So I will yarn over, insert my hook, and I will not pull through this. I will bring my next color in and I'll pull through this next color and make my herringbone half double crochet, and I'll tighten this both up and I'll cut my yarn like so, and I will tie a knot. So this is the first stitch of this round, so I'll put stitch marker back on that stitch, and now I'll simply be working as I was working, and I made my decrease on the previous row. So this is a stitch marker from that row. So I'll be working 3 more rows before my next decrease. And so this is my pants that I am taking the measure from. So now I have started my cream color and I'll be working till this point, and then I'll meet you back and we'll work on the cuff. So continue working on your pants. If you're using the same color, you will just skip this part and continue with your decreases. And if you are changing the color, you will change it like so, and then you'll continue working. And then once you reach where you want your cuff to start, I'll join back and show how we are going to work on the cuff. So now I have worked the length that I wanted in my third color, and now we will start working on the cuff. So this was my last round, and I will simply, this time I'll slip stitch on the first stitch that I made on this round, and I'll remove my stitch marker. And now you will chain as many as you want the width of your cuff to be. So I have chained 10. This is the width that I want. This is around 2.5 inches, and then I'll pinch this stitch and I'll chain one more, and I'll single crochet on the stitch and in all the stitches across. And now to join this to the pants, I will slip stitch on the next stitch here. So this row is joined now, and again now in the next stitch I'll slip stitch and turn my work, and I'll make a single crochet in the back loop only in the first stitch, and I will single crochet in the back loop in all the stitches across till I reach the last stitch, and then I will make a regular crochet, single crochet in my last stitch. And this is my last stitch, and I'll make a regular single crochet going in both the loops in the last stitch, like so. Chain one and turn. Again I will make a regular single crochet in the first stitch and single crochet in the back loop in rest of the stitches. And now I'll slip stitch in this next stitch to join this row to the pants, and then slip stitch in the next to start the next row. And now we will simply follow row 2 and 3 till we are back to this point, and then we will join this both the ends. So once I'm done with the cuff and I reach this point, I will join back and show how we are going to finish off this side of our pants. So now I have reached to the last row of my cuff, and now I need to join both the ends, and for that I will flip the wrong side out so that the joining is on the inside. Okay, so this was the last stitch of my last row, and now I will simply I will line both up together. I'll chain one, and I will go in both the first stitches, yarn over and pull through the loop on my hook. So I have slip stitched on the first, and then on the next going through both the loops and slip stitching, and then in the next make sure you don't miss a stitch, and it's my last one. Go in both the stitches and slip stitch. So I simply cut the yarn, and now I will weave in my end. So this is the wrong side, so I will be weaving it on this side only. Like so. And now we will flip it again. This is how our cuff is looking. And now we will start working on this side of our pants, and I'll show you how we are going to start on this side. So now we will start the other side of our pants, and this is the last stitch, and from here I started for the left side. So for the right side I will be starting from here, this point, or you can start it from here where we had our stitch marker, and if you remember we started from this stitch and chained, so you can start it from here. So I will join my yarn here, take the stitch marker out. So I'll chain one and make my first herringbone half double crochet in the same stitch. Put my stitch marker back on. This is the first stitch of this round, and then I'll simply work around making herringbone half double crochets. And once I reach to this point here where we have worked on the chains, I will show you how I'm going to work on this side as well. So I have now reached to the point where we worked on the chains for the other side of the pant, and I chained 10, so I will start working on the chain. But if I go directly from here to the first chain, I will just show you, there will be a huge gap here which I want to avoid. So what I will do is I will yarn over and pull through this hole here, and then I will go to the first chain and insert my hook, yarn over, and then I'll pull through both these loops and then make my herringbone half double crochet. So now there is no hole here. So this is my one chain that I worked on. So I've worked 10 half double crochets now, and now I will simply start my second round by going on this first stitch of this round and making my first herringbone half double crochet. I'll put my stitch marker back, and now I'll continue working herringbone half double crochets around. So you will be working similarly as you worked on the other side of the leg, and once you are done with this side, work on the cuff, and then I shall meet you back and we'll work on our drawstring. To make the drawstring for our pants, and I will simply be making chains which will go across the waist and also will have a little extra to tie a knot. So chain according to the waist, if you're making it for yourself, or measure the waist of the person that you're making it for, and it should go around and should have an extra to tie. And if you want a thinner drawstring, you will only be chaining, and if you want it to be a little thicker, you can work back by making slip stitches on it. So continue making the chain till it goes across the waist of your pants, and I'll meet you back and then we'll attach the drawstring to the waistband. So now that my drawstring is ready, now we will attach it to our pants. So this is the middle of my pants, so I will poke my crochet hook from the inside out in the middle of the height of this waistband, and I will grab the drawstring and pull it back, leaving a little tail outside, and then I will be skipping 3 rows of double crochet here, and then I will poke in the middle again with my hook and bring the drawstring out from there. Again, after 3 rows from the inside, I will pull the drawstring towards the inside. So you will just be going in and out of your waistband, and once I am done doing that, I will join back. So here I have tied a knot after bringing the drawstring in and out from the waistband, and now only thing that is left is weaving in the ends. So weave in whatever ends are left in your pads, like so. And we are done with our pants. So hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and if you did, please do like, subscribe and hit that bell icon for my future tutorials. Thank you so much for coming by.